What's up, y'all? This is Tez. Y'all know what's coming, man. It looks like Devon has responded to JR's comments. I'm gonna let y'all hear the clip. Tell me what y'all think, man.
So, Jim, I'll give you a chance to respond.
Well,
Devon alleges that you said, I don't like you because of the color of your skin.
that's so absurd. It's not even, it doesn't merit a response. I like Devon. I like him today. I hired he and Bubba. I thought we did a good job of booking them. They made money. They were put in situations where they could do the things they do best. Those TLC matches were pieces of art. They'll last forever. The Dudleys are a major part of that. Bubba, I know Bubba for sure because I've heard it, was involved in the booking of that stuff. I don't know. I was shocked to hear that because I don't recall, Conrad, ever having a crossword with Devon Dudley. I always respected him and his work. I love the Dudley tag team. So it took me totally off guard. I never said that to Devon Dudley. And why he would conjure up that, I guess to get attention. Maybe I thought, well, maybe he's not as happy with his post-wrestling life as Bubba is, because Bubba's made a tremendous success of himself as a broadcaster and still works. So I never said that. And I wish it had not. Some people, I'm sure, are going to still believe it, and that's their prerogative. But I'm not angry at Devon. I'm curious and don't understand why he went there. Just don't get it.
I think what caught me off guard was him stating, because it's not the argument I think he thinks it is. When he says, well, I like Devon, I booked them. They made money off me. That's not the argument he thinks it is, because newsflash, good old JR, when Devon makes money, you make money. And booking was your job, whether you liked, disliked, or were indifferent to anybody.
He came to me and Bubba and said it. So, again, I'll go back. It was at the WWE restaurant, the grand opening of it. Here comes JR. JR comes down and we're like, JR, how you doing? Hey, JR. Boys, how you guys doing? I'm like, good, JR. Me and Bubba was like, good. He was like, hey, you know what, boys? You guys are fitting in really good here. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, all right. Yeah, you boys are doing really good. And this and that. I like you boys. I like you boys a lot. Devon, I'm not too sure. The verdict's still out on him. And I'm not too sure how I particularly feel about this. And I'm saying to myself, what does he mean by that? And JR says, again, the verdict's not out yet, but I'm still a little hesitant with Devon. And Bubba knew what he was getting at. So Bubba butts in and goes, you know something, JR? Regardless to what, Devon's a hard worker. He never gives this company any problems. We go in there and do our business, and that's it. Devon's a good guy. He takes care of his family. He does everything he's supposed to do as an individual. And JR continued to go, well, I get that. That's all good, but, it's just something about him. I'm not sure, and this and that. And I'm not saying anything, and I'm keeping quiet. And finally, that's when it comes out. He's black. I don't know. And that's my hiccup. I don't know how I could feel about that. And I started balling up my fist, and Bubba saw that. So Bubba grabbed me. And he goes, yeah, but you know what, JR? Black, white, purple, brown, it doesn't matter. He's a great individual. He's a good human being. Oh, no. I'm not saying that he's not, but I just don't know, because he's black, and I just don't know about that. And at that point, I was just like, man, I had to think about it. If I hit him, we're going to lose our job. If I say something, I can lose my job. So when he said it, he was very drunk. Yeah. He was extremely drunk, slurring his words and all that. Devon, they say when you're drunk, the truth comes out.
The three people that will always tell you the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Little kids, angry people and drunk people.
Yeah.
They'll always tell you how they feel.
Yep. And then the other incident, like I said, was in Indianapolis, where myself, Dreamer, Bubba, Heyman, and Spike were sitting at the table, and we had gotten there a little early. You know, we got there. We had to be there by 1, so it had to be about 1:30, maybe 2:00. And I think JR just came in the catering. He just got out of the meeting. And he comes over. He says hello to everybody but me.
I remember you telling me this.
Yep. And Paul Heyman, you know, I don't know if Paulie, you know Paul and how Paul is. Paul is just, you know, because me and Paul had a great relationship. Paul Heyman basically discovered me, gave me my job in ECW, and made me who I am today. So Paul pretty much called him out. Says, what? You don't want to say nothing because he's, why you don't want to say hello to Devon? What's wrong with Devon? What, because he's black? And Gerald went, you're damn right because he's black. You're damn right.
You want me to tell you what he should have said?
Go ahead.
You know, the JR from 30 years ago is a different man than sits in front of you today. I've learned 2 things. One, to be more understanding of people that might not look and be from where I'm from, and how to make better barbecue sauce. If he would have said that, you know, he doesn't have to fully come out and admit what he did, but maybe even add a little joke in there. Problem solved. And I guarantee you, as quickly as this news cycle moves through, it would have been forgotten about. If anything, he lit a match and threw it on an inferno that did not need an extra brush fire. You made it clear on my channel over a year ago when you were bringing up the story without saying JR's name. You wish no ill will on the man.
Nope, sure don't.
Do you think that we ever experienced, or you ever experienced, racism?
In ECW, I did not experience it. I experienced it in WWE with certain top officials who I don't really want to go and say any names because I feel...
Say names.
Go Sooners!
Yeah. And for him to say that Ernie Ladd taught him how to work and deal with African Americans while he was in certain companies, how to book them, that was like, so Ernie Ladd showed you how to work with black people.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know there was a particular way to work with us except treat us like human beings.
Yeah.
You know, and stop singling us out, you know, when you don't have to. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You want me to ask Junkyard Dog, who's passed away, and I think he might have said Butch Reed, I'm not sure, and Ernie Ladd, you know, ask those 3 guys, you know, if I'm a racist and this and that. Would have loved to, but neither one of those gentlemen are here now. They've passed on.
Well, I wish another one has passed on. Poor Big Vis. I wish Big Vis was still here.
Yeah.
Because I know he would speak, and I know he would be a third man on this show with us right now.
Well, there is someone else I just learned, and I didn't know it. Truth. I guess made some comments about him as well. Him going to Truth and saying some stuff. I didn't know that. And someone brought that to my attention. And I guess there's clips going out there.
You know, Jim Ross and Bruce Pritchard were the only 2 guys in this sport that ever told me that wrestling is still a white man's sport.
Really?
Yes.
How did they even bring that up in conversation to you?
Well, Jim brought up in conversation when I was going to sign a developmental contract with him. It was like, well, you know, wrestling's still pretty much a white man's sport, you know. But with any great team, if you got a basketball team with all white guys, you got a Michael Jordan on the team, Michael Jordan's going to stand out. So we want you to be out Michael Jordan in WWF. Ah, shit. You cleaned that up real good, Jim. Yeah, I like that.
Why do you think he even brought that up to you?
Probably the racist is here.
What was your reaction when, you're sitting in Jim Ross's office and he said something like that to you?
My honest reaction is it's weird to see somebody that's working for a company that's made such head waves and elevated wrestling and sports entertainment to its speed, to have somebody in that corporation to speak like that.
Yeah. I mean, again, when you're in a position that you're in, especially with, in the WWE, you feel like you're untouchable. And there have been, incidents that people have come to me, not black, but just, not speaking racial, but just overall how JR treated them and things like that, and how they didn't like him. But they had to deal with him because they were fearful of their jobs. They couldn't do anything, Oh, yeah, Booker T.
I would love to get hit.
Booker went on the record saying that JR would never do anything to him or say anything to him. But he goes, but I also know that Devon isn't a liar. So, he went on record saying that he didn't have any issues with JR and that, he's never had any problems or anything like that. But I also know that Devon isn't a liar. And Devon isn't known to be a liar. And I even said I have no ill feelings towards him. Okay, but don't take cheap shots at me for something that you did. Don't sit in something that you said, so don't sit there and tell me, that I'm lying, because I know I'm not. Listen, am I an angel? No, I'm not an angel by any means. Are there certain things that I'm not proud of that I've done in my life? Absolutely. Can I admit when I was wrong? Absolutely. Do I apologize if I've offended or hurted anybody over the years? Yes. And if anybody came to me and said that, then I would say, listen, I'm sorry. I humbly apologize, and I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, because I was never, ever, this stand-up type of guy. In other words, I've made mistakes along the way, and I've admitted to it, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm holier than thou, because I'm not. Even at this stage, I still make mistakes, but again, I'm not holier than thou, nor do I, try to be like that. But again, I do keep God first, very strong in my life. I pray on a regular basis. Not only that, but I pray even for my enemies. I even pray for my enemies. So, hopefully God can wear them in a direction that he needs to wear them in to make them men and women of God. And that's what I do.
I don't think you view JR as an enemy.
No.
I think you view him as insignificant.
Yes, that really doesn't matter in my life right now. And again, I'm not saying that to be malicious or rude, but I'm just saying we haven't spoken in years. That's another thing he said. I think he said that we had spoken, or every time he sees me, we talk. No, we don't. So,
when was the last time you saw him?
I saw him WrestleMania.
Okay.
This past WrestleMania in Vegas.
Cordial?
We didn't even speak. I was walking with my lady. We were going to the autograph signing part.
Hold on, wait. That's just funny how you just said that. With my lady.
With my lady. I was walking with my lady, and I see him by the bar area where one of the machines was. He sees me, I see him. I turned away and kept walking.
So was it an obvious on both party slight? An obvious, I don't want to talk to him, and I know he doesn't want to talk to me?
I think so.
Turn away? Okay.
I think so. I mean, again, I just don't think that he realizes that, he's not looking good in this scenario, because again, you did what you did. Now just own up to it and be like, you know what? I screwed up, I'm sorry. End of story. People can forgive you once you admit when you're wrong.
I don't know Devon personally, but it seems like he's being very sincere in all of this. So this is a hard one, man. This is a hard one. But what y'all think, man? Put it in the comments.